So these people were like creating fantasies about the benefits of different waters, iron, manganese, saline, calcium waters, and selling it for a high price. Lithia, making pretty artwork. And all these spots people could visit, but apparently don't exist anymore. Soda. Did they actually have soda? And then downtown is where they're located, I guess. Okay, this runs the elevator, I know that much. Flag makers? Huh. Little upper view. There's supposed to be a pool, and I don't believe the pool was in this room, but I'm not sure. All right, this is the best view you can get of the pool. It's 2 floors down. First of all, what? Okay, so they got security. That's nice. As you can look, okay, down the stairs, you can look at the pool. Wow. Okay, so it's not really underground or anything. How long ago? When was the last time they used this? Nope, running, pushing, all of that good stuff. Oh, you can't walk all the way around. I bet kids were jumping off the edge. Ooh, wow, it looks like it's falling apart. Yeah, you got crumpled issues there. Oh yeah, look at that, it's all rusted. Huh. The pool room. I've never seen anything like this with a second story. That was popular back in the old days. I can't. Okay. No diving. Oh my god, I bet kids dove from here into the shallow. Oh, there we are. They got this blocked. Man, do they have some creepy cameras. Look what they're watching. A doorway with a chair next to it. Some kind of hallway, it looks abandoned. What's that? Something with a bench? Another black, dark hallway. And then the rest are lit up at least. Where's that? The garbage? I gotta watch the garbage. And then you got the pool. And then the bar, the water bar. Is she sitting there still? Right, just across from Ghost Central, the camera, there's this dark area. I'm gonna just take a peek. What is in here? It's got a kind of a wet smell. So it's mainly Christmas storage, pretty much. Just a storage room. So the Great Hall of Water has really attracted a number of people enough to finance all the architecture they got. Hall of Waters, huh? Don't want anybody walking down here for some reason because they got the chains, but what does that say? I can't quite read it. I had this elderly man in a wheelchair with no feet. That's terrible to see. He asked me how I was doing, and I said, better than you. And he's like, oh, you never know. Alright, here's maybe the one and only spring I'll see. Well, what used to be a spring. Now it's got a cross etched on it with a Pifiens 531. What happened? I just tapped too much, or it was probably too weak of a springs. So climbing up the hill, heading back to the library where my car is at. See that they got this old abandoned school. Oh geez, both of them. Great. No one cares unless you're pretty or dead. It's important for somebody to have climbed up there and graffitied that. But yeah, this is clearly abandoned, and it's been broken into, and they boarded it up. AOC 2024, huh? That's a recent one. I wonder if there's any other entry points. Everything has gotten boarded. Wow. Two doors like Walmart. It's likely a school. I don't know where they pull in, actually. Oh wait, yeah, I came on the driveway. Alright, both sides. Everything. Must be dark like a cave. So I come down the hill from Price Choppers. I got a couple of things. I got potatoes and some orange juice. But I'm looking for grass. And I'll take this bush, a bushel of grass. That should fit. Alright, this is partly the reason why I don't like taking these sticks out on the any paved surfaces. Because it doesn't sound any better on pavement. It's kind of annoying. That's why I prefer to have a deeper woods, backwoods area to use these on. It's kind of interesting to see how city lets the soccer field overgrow. Used to be a soccer field out here, I'm sure, with the nets, and then they just gave up on it and moved the soccer field elsewhere to a smaller section, I believe, because I did see it. And this is a type of grass that was the primary covering for the soccer fields. This type of head, letting it overgrow. Old soccer field that used to get mowed probably regularly. So this grass was like selectively bred, almost like animals, farm animals, to just grow, regardless of how much it starts to choke itself off. The humans were supposed to be tending to it so it wouldn't choke itself off, and it'll eventually maybe kill itself. It still amazes me how I can just steam the burn out of garlic. So I'm enjoying some garlic toast, or otherwise can be called garlic and toast. You chew a clove and take a bite. I need to get into the habit of using this bowl more, because I tend to spill pretty easily. These are just loose pieces of grass that fall all over the place. catch a few pieces. See, it's easy to fill this to the very top when it's dry. So when I wet it, it just sinks, and it looks like it has enough room for a lot more, but I don't want to overfill it while it's wet. While it's dry, that's perfectly fine. So when I fill it up with water up until the minimum, and then push it down, I get more room this way, but I don't want to add any more after I put the water in it. I guess I'm in Kearney. It's not a huge city, so it should be a quick walk around their downtown. Library's closed until 11, so a late opening for the library is a good sign of a small town too. I think that it did say 8,000 people, so it's not the biggest in the major industry here. Maybe a feed store. So the Kearney has Jesse James bones in the cemetery in a graveyard. I see marked on Google Maps, Jesse James cemetery stone. I looked at pictures of it on Google Maps. It was repurposed. They put a new stone. All right, they put a new stone for them. So what's the big deal? I don't need to visit. I'm close by, but I'm like, I've seen the pictures. It's a new stone. I'd rather see an old stone, but I mean, he wasn't. When he died, he wasn't too popular. They may have only made like a wooden cross. I don't think he died here in Kearney. I think they may have moved his bones here. I'm not sure. So there's no explanation. You could go to the museum, but it opens on Friday and Saturday. And today's Wednesday. I'm not waiting 2 days around here. Usually Taekwondo wants to cover their windows. I would want the windows covered if I was practicing. I find it kind of annoying to have the outside public watching. Yeah, so Jesse James is like in this cemetery, and people say he's hard to find. I don't want to be. He's like, okay. I think he was probably properly marked in the Google Maps, because somebody mentioned cedar trees. Here's the cedar trees. Down from the cedar trees? I forget the exact wording. Maybe I'll look. Yeah, it's something about cedar trees that it's by. I don't know. It doesn't stand out. Some World War veteran. See, these are the only cedar trees. Pappy. Oh, okay. People even put money? Who's Deanna Gale Malloy? What the? A bullet? What's this? Hand and nail therapy? People are leaving junk for this guy. Died in 1882. Wow. Alright, so then between the cedar trees, pretty much. I know they said something cedar trees. And then his sister Zerelda lived a little bit longer. This would be a blend of historic grave markers and new graves, with a lot of these old grave markers like these that are authentic. I believe this was built in 1888, made in 1888, just all together. All right, MDOT. Imagine the liberties they've realized with this COVID. They've gotten a little peace from the public. these lucky employees enjoying it for over a year, because people are strongly discouraged, which is probably enforceable by law, strongly discouraged to visit and for whatever reason. And then they're saying on a bumper sticker it's a law that you have to move over. I have to move over for this truck. You need to cite that law. You don't just go saying everything is a law without reference. It is so important to just get out and walk and look for grass bushels. I walked all over and I finally found a spot just over there. Unmowed grass, untended to, unlike this stuff right here. And there's a large dandelion plant that I can fill half a pot with. So this killdeer laid some eggs around here and it's trying to get my attention. It just laid the eggs like right next to my car practically, but I can't quite see them. It's trying to get my attention. I can't quite see them. I might actually step on them or something. Here they are. Killdeer eggs. Tasty, tasty. I probably shouldn't touch them. Tasty, warm killdeer eggs right next to my car practically. Gotta make sure I don't step on them. And it's trying to get me away from those eggs. Right, I'm almost near the library. I don't think this is it, but wow, what a neat look. They got it all steel safe, secure. And the library is supposed to be near this park. Whatever, on Chestnut somewhere. So it's somebody's residence? What's up with these pillars but no gate? Real fancy. And also there's a cop car probably parked in front of the person's house. Why don't more First Amendment auditors record cop cars in front of people's houses instead of going to the police station? A good excuse when cops blame you for ducking in between the cop cars and in the parking lot, as you can see, you're doing squats. What the heck? Well, I guess I don't get out much because this is the first lover's lane I've ever seen. This tree puts out a very strong scent. I'm sure it's this one, not the white ones. So I'm just gonna close in on there you go. Close up on that purple. Very strong smell, I like it. I ride directly behind the Walmart coming straight back. There's a fence that prevents me from heading towards the city. We got the prison over here. I don't know what the stay terms are. They got 2 water towers close by, so they might have a good-sized population. It's a pretty neat field back here. I gotta contend with this fence, and I can get through it. I'm just a little concerned about the other side. There's probably a fence as well, and I have to climb it with traffic closer by, and I don't like that prospect. Well, the fence was maintained closer to Walmart, but now it's just clearly broken. So whatever. There's a building off in the distance. They probably have a driveway that's access to the road. Right, wandering around, I found some slippery elm that I stripped just all by hand, no knife, just by hand, and storage is even crude too. I just keep it in the back of the bag, the very last back part. Try to dry it. This This is kind of a neat two-story bank. Bank Midwest. Real formal looking. What do you know? Another Chinese restaurant out of business. I mean, maybe I'm picking on them. I don't know. It seems so common to me. I mean, it's been months since I've seen anything like this. But still, they kept their sign up. That's their problem. Why do they keep their sign up? Alright, so there's a depot museum here, but I don't believe that it's open today, Friday. No cars are in the parking lot. Here's a museum that stayed closed the whole time for over a year. So they've been enjoying the privacy of the building all to themselves and still getting that tax benefit, I'm sure. What goes through these people's minds? Alright, I'll walk a little through the downtown area. Looks like it's kind of active, at least driving wise. Old shack behind the main street. I think it's like called 5th Street. It's not really called Main Street. But they actually have some kind of parking rules for overnight though, 2 a.m. to 6 a.m. They don't want people parking. It doesn't specifically say that's for winter clearance, for the snow. Identity service?
It's a background check, fingerprinting.
Okay. Where do you do that?
Over here in the.
Oh. Idema?
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like a jail or something, huh?
No, it's just for people who need background checks for work.
For work? Oh, and P-tests too?
No.
No P-tests? Okay. Alright. Okay, so when I enter,
Yep.
it's not like it's mandatory. I come in and I'm thanked, so I don't really need to wear a mask.
Oh, I'd like you to wear a mask, please. I'm asking you
Okay.
personally. Would you mind
Well,
wearing a mask?
Yeah, I do mind. I mean, it's pretty annoying
Well,
breathing my own breath.
I can do two
I don't
things
understand. There's no enforcement, or what?
I guess I would be the enforcement. I'm
Okay,
the director.
what's the punishment?
The punishment? I can just ask you to leave.
Okay, so you do that? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I don't know why you're not more assertive with your signs. It just says thank you. I mean, that's not really directing people to do it. Oh wait, what's it say? Oh, just another recommendation. See, other libraries are like, to enter this facility, you need to wear a mask. You don't have that. So I assume that it's no
That's
big
cool.
deal.
That's cool.
You
Are you
understand?
okay wearing a mask?
Well, I don't like it.
Okay, so would you rather leave? Because I have internet outside too, so you
Well,
can sit outside in
I'm
the park.
charging my battery, so.
Okay, well you can leave your device in here if you'd like, because that's
What, and then somebody steal it? No, I'm not taking that. You understand
Alright.
that position.
So you're okay with wearing a mask?
Well, I don't like it.
But you'll wear one for me, right?
Well, I mean, yeah, I guess.
I appreciate that. Thank you. Can you keep
Okay,
it
can you
under
get your name?
please? Yeah, Joellen. I'm the
Joe
director
Ellen?
here.
And you're a director.
I'm the
Okay.
director here, yeah.
All right. Sounds good. Thank you.
Thank you.
What is this new stuff here?
Huh?
Are you good? Are you hard of hearing?
Oh, a
Are
little
you?
bit.
A little bit? Okay, that's fine.
Do you need something out of here?
Yeah, Missouri is a strange place. Cameron, Missouri, particularly. They got Walnut medical clinics. Maybe they feed you walnuts to improve your circulatory system. Yeah, power lines always have the right of way. You can always expect a decent trail if you're kind of wanting to take a shortcut or a loss. Alright, I'm at the Cameron Trail. They got one trail that goes directly to here and nowhere else, and then a trail that's supposed to loop around this lake I believe. Don't understand what this post is here for. This is one of the most creative picnic tables I've ever seen. Using spoke wheels, welding it all together. This is supposed to be an exercise station. But what are they thinking? Dips? That's a tight squeeze. Alright, in an effort to try to get more life out of this shirt, I ripped it just last night. I'm gonna speedy stitch the big elbow rip, but I think that the threads are probably a little weak too. I've had this shirt for a while. Alright, because it's so hard to get these shoes on in the car, I've taken up a new strategy of putting this strap in the back loops. One-handed is a little more difficult, and there we go. So I can give more pull torque to get these on. It's still, it still requires a lot of pull, but it works better. You know, it's such labor trying to approve all these different friend requests I get. All these trolls I'm accepting. Alright, so dumb me, I decided to play with this little razor I found, and now I'm shaving my beard off, I guess. Just like that. Should I keep the mustache? I don't really like it. Oh man, the battery's dying. Oh no! I'm stopped. Now what? So this Walmart flag got caught on the pole and ripped to shreds. You see one of the red stripes is flying by itself. Stand here on the outskirts of Cameron. Walked from the library, I don't know, it's got to be over a mile. And I think, wow, my legs are not tired. My arms are. And I think I'd like to go further. This is a point where I would turn back normally on foot. But I want to go down to the end of the field. I got the energy. And I got plenty of water too. 2 full bottles. I had to walk all the way out here just to find somewhere to dump my teapot. That's what motivates me. You know, some people have to go walk their dogs. I gotta go dump my teapot and look for places to gather more, which this looks like a good spot too. Right, these are some impressive spikes. Let's see if maybe I can fit one in the hole and twist. Oh no, they don't break off so easily. Very much a part of the tree. You know, sometimes it's just so hard to tell what a fence is for. Is it to protect this side? Is it to protect this side from that side? Or that side from this side? It's like this. Oh, this looks like a golf course. It's just too well manicured. There's some serious water hazards. Whoa. To be able to move onto land, I gotta cut. Oh man, something's digging into me. I have to cut cut this plant a lot. It's so spiky. It's digging into my arm. So woods around the golf course are like a war zone. You never know when you're gonna get hit. There's golf balls all over the place. I started picking them up, but I started seeing so many more that I can't pick, and I don't need them anyway. So coordinating with the map, I came to this road, I skirted around the golf course as best I could in the woods, and I put myself at risk of getting hit by golf balls. I think I heard one or two sound like they went into the woods, and then I just come out here. I only had to climb one fence and go through one gate. No big deal. This is church property. I just passed a sign that said this playground is dedicated to the pupils of the church, from Mary Churchhead or something like that. And there's no playground anymore. Old sign. But I come earlier, a couple days ago, I approached this lady at the food box asking her if the stuff was new, and it looks new. Oh, if this cereal is not expired, I'd like it. I love me some Toasty O's. Best of views by, it's good. Yes, please. And I smell soap. Where am I gonna use that? I uncovered some good fresh stuff. I will take all this. I got chicken thighs to cook, so I'll cook the carrots. I'll just, I opened it up and took carrots and from the inside. These can't sit here too long, they'll rot, but I mean, the lady might be checking up on it often. Right before I polish it off, steamed green beans and garlic, and already roasted and salted. I'll accept the salt on a hot day. This combination is pretty good. So I got a cop who just stopped. Great. Oh, there he goes. Just want to get my license plate, that's it. Several people seem to take advantage of the quietness of this downtown to take some pictures. Like two girls took a picture, one standing against this broken down wall, and two young men. They seem to have climbed on top of a building. Okay, that garbage stinks. Alright, they took the ladder, got on the roof to take pictures of each other. So even though there's grass all around, I'm looking for grass patches, bigger spots of grass, where grass seems to be doing the best amongst us, because there's a lot of slim pickings in most of the area. And I'm noticing a trend that spots that seem to get torn up, dug up by potential animals, have the best spots for picking bigger bunches of grass, whether it be a pig or something. And it makes me wonder, like, when buffalo used to roam this land, they tore up the ground. There was probably a lot of good grass patches during the buffalo days, because deer can't do much. This is an open field that hasn't been touched by a buffalo in generations. Alright, it's out in the field. This is the best spot. These are the tallest ones. You really gotta look. Even in a grassy field, you gotta look around, at this time of year at least, for good quick pulling. Alright, I tasted blade. The reason that this grass is so much taller and better is because it's an onion. It tastes very onion, but I boil that onion out when I boil it in the teapot regardless. Not only do I like making a tea out of this, but just the smell alone, that smell of hay in my car that I pretty much sleep on. It's practically a pillow, with as little room as I have, but it's got multiple benefits for me. Therapeutic benefits, not for human consumption. And I'm almost done with it. It's good stuff. So the past 4 days I've been parked here. This old lady comes by and throws seed in the shopping cart corral for the birds. That's a good idea. I'd rather see the birds fed. You know, I'm conflicted about the people who will spread out exercise stations on a trail compared to the people who put all the exercise stations together in one small spot. I kind of prefer the exercise stations to be all in one spot rather than spread out on a trail. I kind of prefer that, kind of like a gym. Alright, I got a little off the trail into some farm territory. Dogs barking at me from a distance. I think I got a little diarrhea. I'm gonna pick this grass since it's so quiet out here. I want to go up to the windmills, get a closer look at them, and then turn back. Still so far away, and there's a guy up there in this property. I think I'm gonna turn back. Just wanted a little peek. I've gone too far. Alright, since I was running into people a little more than I wanted to, decided I'll get this ditch grass instead. It looks pretty good. This road is actually blocked off. There's good grass all the way through, following this little running creek. I like how the grass looks around here. So pretty. But it'll be prettier in my stomach. So they're doing some kind of pump house work. They got this old dock in the middle of the water. Maybe a part of the pump house in some way. Looks like a nice long walk out there. They used to have at one time. Some kind of a crane on top. So this is why I saw the cop like a few minutes ago. He's got Florida. I wonder how long it's been out here. Oh my god, the door handles are busted off. Electric motors only? What a crappy trail. It ends. I gotta go back all the way where I started. I was kind of hoping that it would wrap around, but I didn't see where it did, so yeah, that's the answer. Right, chair tips wear out pretty fast. I just replaced this one. This one is about to go. I try to keep at least one extra in the bag. In all the bags I use, I want to keep one extra, but maybe two. I think wearing out the chair tips might be a little bit better than wearing out my shoes as fast. All right, this coconut right here, it gave me an upset stomach last night. I know it did, because that's all I ate. Coconuts I mixed with prunes. That's the only two things I ate, and I had like an upset stomach. And I have had issues with coconut in the past too. I really need to stop turning to this stuff. All right, this conservation area west of Cameron, east of St. Joseph's, allows camping in designated areas. I'm interested. And there's enough grass to fill up all my teapots before I leave. I got enough water. I have no excuse to drink milk by itself straight. I have no excuse to drink milk straight. It's got to be drunk with some tea at least. All right, here's a little strategy for second pourings. Now I poured water into this one, and then I put this one on top of this one, and then emptied it out so it's empty in there. And then I'm pouring this one back into this one, so it's more of a clear liquid, and then I'll put it through the filter and drink it. All right, so I think this is the first bathroom I've ever seen a bird's nest in, and I saw a little birdie fly away. They're like hearing me and not letting me catch them. They can escape through the holes in the top. Just a little bathroom I keep unlocked. No water, of course. And where I'm parked over here, I might be out of the camping area. So I guess, I can park up around over there. This whole time it's like, what, 3 or 4? There's only been like one other person who came out here for a little bit. Right, working with so much dried grass. You can see I'm collecting it on the floor. Okay, so I'm going to be cooking a little bit here. I got things set up with the onions, potatoes, and corn grits, but the thicker ones, these will go in after when I feel like this has been steamed enough. So I'm gonna cook and steam. Windows are up, and then afterward I'm gonna toast some bread too. It's so amazing the things I forget. There's so many steps that go into this, and I forgot the spoon. I started the flame, and then I'm like, oh yeah, I need the spoon, and I always keep it deep, so it's very dangerous having to get by this to get to the spoon that I forgot. In this conservation area, this is quite a sight to behold. No tree could be taller than the windmill. When pulling grass, sometimes it can be easy to pull the root, and I do not want root. It makes me wonder how horses deal with that, because I fed horses some alfalfa once, and what they do is just clamp onto it and pull. I think they might pull some roots into their digestive system too. What a view. So I plan on sticking around here overnight. I don't see any parking lot lights, so I guess I'll be in complete darkness, but shouldn't be too bad. Be able to listen. So all day there was pretty much nobody. One lady stopped in the kind of the morning, not for long, and then some guy drove by my car, and that's it. It says areas closed 10 to 4, but I'm guessing the permitted areas are where they have the camping allowed sign. And you got your deer hunting regulations and something about tree stands. Yep. Non-toxic shots. I didn't know there was a toxic shot. And that's it. They say you can camp out here, and they actually invite you to do that. But not many people come out here, at least on a Wednesday in the spring.